God, that was fun. That was fun. Welcome to another episode of the Lucrative Podcast. I am your host, the one, the only Magneto7 in the building. I'm here. This is episode 203. Episode 203. All of my lucrative Twitchers was popping. Everybody on TikTok was popping. Everybody on YouTube was popping. Everybody on Instagram was popping. Everybody on Facebook was popping. Hey! And this episode is brought to you by Jay's Deli. If you need some good halal food, you need some chicken tenders, you need them sandwiches, you need something clean, but a little bit nasty because you want to eat some junk food, go over to Jay's Deli on Lawrenceville Highway. Tell them Magneto7 sent you from the Mad Lucrative Podcast, all right? Let's do some shout outs right quick and we're going to get to it. It's a lot of nasty work out here in these streets. And listen, I'm pleased to bring this report to y'all. Now listen, if there are any cheaters, I'm gonna give y'all first and foremost, I'm gonna let y'all know this is a trigger warning. If you've ever been cheated on, if you've ever been a cheater, this might be a trigger warning for you. I'm gonna just let you know. And you might not be pleased with the side that I picked. You might not be pleased with the side that I picked. But let's do some shout outs right quick. Let's see. Everybody on TikTok, we got Charles Thompson. What's up? Big Tank, what's good? Lex, what's popping? Motivational CA, what's good? Mr. L7C was good. Miguel was popping. Denzel was popping. Hold up. Are you the Denzel that do this with the finger? The Denzel. Boy, if you don't go over there and get that goddamn on pack and go ahead and bring it back over here and flip that joint. Is that the same Denzel? I want it to be the same Denzel. I want it to be the same one. But anyway, Cassandra, what's going on, girl? Hey, how you doing? So, what's going on? All of the ladies that name their name Soul something on IG or on TikTok is it's triggering to me because all of the soul. Never mind. Because when I think of a girl naming themselves Soul something, it's the soul. Never mind. Miss Janice, what's going on, girl? Janice Montgomery in the chat on IG is good. My coach Josh was popping. Young Stir, what up? Mr. Peoples, hold up, y'all. Yo, if y'all want one of the best bass players in North Carolina, no, one of the best bass players in the whole wide universe, yo, go ahead and holler at Mr. Lawrence Peoples. That's my partner right there. That's my partner there right there, man. Darren, what's going on, man? CO2, and I've been trying to get better at reading y'all screen names because y'all joints be different sometimes. But CO252, why couldn't I get that out? And that's all we're gonna do is shout outs right quick. If you're on IG or if you're on Twitch, if you're on YouTube or if you're on Twitch or you're on Facebook, say something in the chat. I can see y'all chat on the main screen. But listen, we're about to get to the business. I have had a lot of y'all send me Andy and Kristen. Andy and Kristen is the CEO and the manager, accounts manager, or HR manager. We are going to cover that, but let's talk a little bit. Let's just talk for a second. This has been a really good week. Y'all, I finally did it. I went to the dentist. I did. And this is a reoccurring joke for all of the people that's in my stories. All 307. Listen, I ain't gonna hold up. Let me give y'all a clap. Yo, it be like 375 and 300 plus of y'all in my stories every day on IG. So I said, I decided to make me a whole nother page. If y'all like my stories, I post all of my stories now is going to be on Nito Daily Double. Nito Daily Double. If you look that up on IG, that's the page. That's me. That's going to be the unfiltered, unadulterated truth. Everything that I'm doing is over there. It's going to be right there. Right? The podcast, I kind of got to dial it back a little bit. I try not to cuss. I try not to talk about sex. I try not to talk about a lot of stuff on the podcast. So all the other stuff, it go right there. All of my goons and all my goblins are going to be over there partaking of that content. But nevertheless, I decided that I wanted to get some teeth. Let me let it settle for a little bit. I told everybody on IG in my stories, I said, yo, I really want to get my teeth fixed. And I know y'all. Y'all are all looking right now. You say, hey, you got beautiful teeth. I do. I got beautiful teeth. Hey, see? See? Thank you. You don't have to clap. I promise you don't have to clap. Thank you. Okay, anyway. I told everybody, I said, look, I want to get my teeth fixed. I want to get my teeth fixed. I got some gaps. I got the birth teeth. These are the birth teeth. I've never gotten these joints fixed. So I said, you know what? I'm about to approach 42. I'm starting to go towards the 50 midlife crisis ish, right? That's all this is. So I said, I'm going to go to the dentist. And instead of just getting the teeth cleaned and instead of just doing the regular exams and all that stuff, oh, Mr. Crawford, you're good. No worry, come back in 6 months. None of that, right? I said, I want to see what can you do for my teeth that I've been wanting to see because I want the Tay Diggs teeth. I told everybody in my store, I said, if you can you see it? Can you see it? I said, I can see it. I want the Tay Diggs teeth, the pearly whites, choppers. Because I said, every week I look at myself on the podcast, I see a cobra head snake. I see a cobra head snake. I got a tooth missing right there, tooth missing right there. Cobra head snake is all I see. So I said, I'm starting to get too much money to be looking like a cobra head snake. So let me go to the dentist and see what they could do. So shouts out to the dentist, and they are going to be running a ad with me. So I'm not going to say the name of the dentist just yet, cause we got to make sure that check clear. You know what I mean? We got to make sure that bag clear. Anyway, I get to the dentist office and it's some exclusive ish. It's up at Alpharetta. It's some exclusive ish. So I go in there and we start to talk. I'm talking to what up, Reg? I start to talk to the lady that's supposed to be one of the helpers. And all of the dentists, if y'all not already on some type of a text message list where if people sign up for your services on the internet, you can reach out to them via text message and start like a back and forth. If y'all not already doing that, start doing it. I ain't gonna front. I was gonna be in between different dentists, and I was like, I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna try this one. Just see if I can catch a vibe. The first one that I signed up for, they start texting me back, and I was like, oh, you can get me tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, we can get you tomorrow for an exam. Yeah, we got you. I was like, hey. So anyway, I'm driving. I go to, y'all know I normally check in on my stories. So I'm checking in on my stories. I say, yeah, I'm about to go to the dentist. I feel like this is Christmas time. It feels like Christmas. So I'm driving. I'm going to the dentist. I walk into the door. It smells good. It feels like a spa. It is just a vibe. They got the bottled waters over there. They got the receptionist over there. All of my dentists, y'all ain't slick either. I know the type of women that y'all be hiring. I know the type of women that y'all be hiring. This is all a trick. Fellas, it's a trick. I promise you it's a trick. So, the lady that I was talking to on the text message, her name was Tina. Shouts, hey Tina. Hey girl. Huh? Hey girl. So anyway, I walk in the door. She says, Mr. Crawford. I said, I almost forgot my last name was Crawford. She said, Mr. Crawford, is that you? I said, it's me. So she said, come over here for a minute. Just soft in her feminine. All in her feminine. And I'm in my masculine. So, you know, if I'm in my masculine, you already know what. So I go over there. She says, well, look, you don't have anything to do. You've already filled out your intake form. You can just have your seat over there. You can have your bottled water. TV is right there. If you want to turn the channel, then you can do this. And I'm just like, yo, this is a, yeah, y'all already won me off the presentation from the beginning. So I walk in the back. They call me. It's a Dominican woman that calls me in. Hold on. Let me do this right quick. Yeah, I had to let that ride for a little bit. Okay. So a Dominican woman comes in. Mr. Crawford, I don't know how to do the Dominican accent. All of my Dominican women, y'all got to teach me how y'all do your accent so I can redo it on the podcast. So she comes in. She got a face mask on though. So I was like, all right, cool. You got the little mask on. It's cool. Probably germs. A lot. Y'all dealing with people's mouths. I get it. All right, cool. So she goes to the back. I sit down in the chair. Fellas, I know a lot of y'all are afraid of going to the dentist for those, like the whole preliminary stuff. I get it. I hate the idea. But if you got a Dominican over here trying to help you out, then it's a little vibe. It's a vibe. So anyway, I sit down. She got the light shine down on my face. She said, "Hi, I'm gonna do some scans, and then the doctor gonna go through a plan that we can come up with trying to get done for your mouth. Are you having any issues eating, pain, anything?" I was like, "No, we good." I said, "It just looks bad." So I was just joking. I said, "I got some dinosaur teeth." She said, "You don't have dinosaurs on TV." She just went, "No, no, no." So she just started to laugh. I was like, "Girl, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh. Don't laugh." Because if you laugh, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing anyway. So she's laughing, and she says, "You have beautiful teeth." Y'all gonna see some new babies. Them joints is gonna be fresh, crispy, clean. And then what else? Anything else happened? Oh yeah, my girls had like a little recital thing last night, so I'm proud of them. Shouts out to them. Shouts out. What up? What up, King? What up? So last night the girls had it's like a theater, what do you call it? Like a theater recital. I'll call it that. And we realized immediately which daughter had the Caucasian rhythm and which daughter had the black rhythm. My youngest daughter, listen, she ain't got the she got that old Jenna Anderson. She got the Jennifer Anderson rhythm. It's just click, click, click. She got that rhythm. Skylar was killing it. I was like, okay, girl, look at you. So we look forward to the development of whatever they end up doing. I ain't gonna front. I'm kind of a parent that did not want their kid to be in any type of the industry, just because I know what the industry consists of. There's a lot of superficial people that's in the business, but I think if we build it ourselves and we can get to the bag that way, then we'll be good. But anyway, let me enough slow walking. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. King, I'm telling you, King. She had that white rhythm. Reunited, and it feels so good. That baby ain't got no rhythm. That baby do not got no rhythm. Oh man. Oh yeah. One last thing that was funny. So y'all know at the end of a lot of the like recitals, and if it's a lot of kids and all that stuff, they do the whole rewards and this kid was the outstanding dancer, and then they clapped and they give them a little trophy. No, this kid came in every day and they bust their tail to get to the goal, which was this, what you see tonight, this wonderful presentation. Then everybody clapped and they give them a reward, right? Right. My daughter didn't get none of that. Neither one of my daughters got none. Neither one of them joints. They did deliver though. This was the first year that they went to the acting and dance camp, and they did deliver. So they did the job. But my youngest, listen, when I tell you she is on the super reward system, she be like, okay, if they get a reward, then it's my time to get a reward. So keep in mind, she ain't nothing but about 3 feet tall, and she on the stage and I might try to find a clip so y'all can see it because I recorded it. Me and my wife was just laughing. We were rolling. So all the kids, it's probably like 50 kids on stage, maybe like about 20 kids on stage, right? Some of them have been dancing for a few years. They've been going to the Allen, what is it, David and Allen dance theaters. Some of them done Broadway. Some of them they doing the big ish. This is my girl's first year doing the thing. So some of those kids, of course, are getting the rewards. They bust their tail, right? They're dancing like adults. Like these are some dope kids. Black, and it's predominantly black. It was a few white people, it was a few Hispanics over there, but it was just a dope environment that you would want your kids to be in, especially if you're trying to expose them to theater and not just like the hood dance. Oh, ooh, like not just that. If you're trying to expose your kids to other stuff, not just ooh, I'm a twerk, ooh, bam, bam, bam. No, no, no. I don't want my girls exposed to that. I want them exposed to the ballet dancing, and I was like, okay, cool. So on the stage, they're handing out the rewards. My baby, front and center, she looking at the table. They keep handing out more rewards. She look at the table again. I can already know in her head, she thinking, these mother effers are about to hand out all the rewards. And ain't gonna be nothing left for me. So meanwhile, me and my wife in the audience dying laughing. We are rolling at this girl because she keep looking. So by the time they get to the last two rewards, and keep in mind, there's probably like 12 rewards, 12 trophies up there. By the time they get to the last two, I can see it. She was in her head like, God dang. She put her hands on her hips. She walked to the back of the stage. I was just like, that girl got to do better. That girl got to do better. But it was a good experience to see your kid in a different environment. Cause when they're around the house, they just tear ish up. They just tearing everything up. They don't give a f about nothing. They just like, yo, f this, f your couch, f your couch, daddy, f it. So it was good to see them in a controlled environment where they had to deliver and perform at a high level. So I enjoyed that. So speaking of perform at a high level, let's talk about Coldplay. So a lot of y'all sent me the David, what's the guy's name? David and Kristen. A lot of y'all sent me David and Kristen's video, and okay, I got a few mixed feelings as it relates to what I've seen. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I have sat and I've analyzed every part of what we've seen as far as what we perceive as a cheat. I'll say that. What we perceive as a cheat is toasted in the studio. Lord Jesus. Somebody need to turn the goddamn on air on this beat. But everybody has been coming up with different analysis as it relates to David. I mean, not David, but Andy and Kristen. All right. I'm not gonna pass judgment just yet because I had a few. These are a few things that came out, right? And I'm gonna pull up the clip. But when I think about marriage, right? Let's just dissect marriage. I just told y'all in the pre-show. I've been with the same woman for what, 14 years? No, we've been together for 17 years. And we've been married for 14 out of the 17. All right. So I understand that a lot of us go through these changes. A lot of us go through these hiccups. We don't call it a hiccup. It's a hiccup. That's all it is. It's a hiccup. So I want y'all to think about some of this stuff from a different perspective. Well, I pull this clip up, and this is actually going to be Coldplay. The part that we see, the clips that we all keep seeing, this is what happened before that clip, right? This is what happened before all of the stuff that we keep seeing. Because I keep wanting to see the things from the band's perspective, because this is how I look at it. Everybody knows if you go to a concert, it's a chance that you're gonna get hit on that jumbotron. It is a big chance that everybody is gonna see everything that's going on in your section, especially if they're doing the crowd surf thing and they stop in and say, "Oh, look at the beautiful couple over here." Then they clap and they do the little kiss on the cam, right? Cool, cool. But everything, we don't know what happened after that. We don't know what happened after, and we don't know what happened before that. Because I can only imagine it had to be a weird vibe for everybody to be like, oh. So if y'all have not seen this part, this is what happened before. This is what happened before the whole kiss cam incident with, what's my man's name? I keep messing the name up. What's the name? Um, Kristen and Andy. All right, this is what happened before, and let's talk about it. All right, here we go. Let me pull this up. We got multiple screens in the studio. Come on now. We're professional. We're professional. Can we hear? All right, we can't hear that.
Ready?
All right, hold up.
The way we're going to do that is using
Hold
our
up. I got
cameras.
another screen
So
going
if you
too.
look at the screens, we're going to come looking and see who's out there to say hello to. Oh, look at these two.
All right, here we go. Here we
All
go. My
right,
bad.
come
My
on.
bad.
You're
My
okay.
bad. My bad. Here we go. All right, this is what it was before. Who is on the? Who is that? I keep hearing. Oh, that must be what's on the TV. Okay, cool. It's
Rules
fine.
are we supposed to be able to grab?
Uh-oh,
All
what?
right, now look. Look at this. Look at this. This is what happened
Now what we'd
before.
like to do is say hello to some of you. The way we're going to do that is using our cameras. So if you look at the screens, we're going to come looking and see who's out there to say hello to. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Uh-oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Okay, now look. If he not said that, would we all be thinking that they had an affair? Will we all have thought that that was an affair had he not said that? All right, catch it one more time. Look at it. Look at it one more time. I want to analyze this stuff.
Say hello to some of you. The way we're going to do that is using our cameras. So if you look at the screens, we're going to come looking and see who's out there to say hello to. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Uh-oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. I'm not quite sure what to do. Did we bump on you? Okay, all right. Oh, hope we didn't do something bad. All right, okay, hold on. Okay, now listen. Are you two a couple? Are you two a legitimate couple?
A legitimate
Now what we'd
couple.
like to do.
All right. So just based off of that little bit alone, I don't know that I would say these folk was cheating. We cannot prove that they was cheating. Can you honestly say that they was cheating? If you saw that, I would just say he was embarrassed. He didn't want to be on camera. He is a computer guy. He is not used to being on camera. That's all I would say. I would say, oh, look at that couple. They're cute. He didn't want to be on camera. That's all. It's just cool. Right? But then I think the reaction, the response to the whole situation and the people around him, it kind of made me dig in a little bit more. So then I saw all of y'all nasty too. Why y'all pulling up the people's information? Because again, what I said in the pre-show, what 50 Cent say? You shouldn't throw strings if you live in a glass house, and if you got a glass jaw, you should watch your mouth. A lot of folk live in glass houses and they're just throwing stones at this man's house. Now, I do agree. It looks a little crazy. It looks a little crazy. But now, who are we to say that that was just a company outing? I think it was just a company outing. Everybody was there. Was it a little close? Sure. Were they a little close? Sure. But we cannot pass judgment on these beautiful white folk. We cannot pass judgment. These people was clearly out there just enjoying the concert. That's how I look at it. They were clearly just enjoying it. Now, if y'all got something better, then y'all let me know. Cause immediately I would not have thought that he cheated until this. This is what made me think that it was a clear cheat. All right. And I'm gonna read the statement. Let me see if I can find it right. There it is. All right. So this is the statement from astronomer. All right. Astronomer is committed to and the culture that have guided us since the founding, since our founding, since our founding. Okay. Our leaders are expected to set a standard in both conduct and accountability. Conduct and accountability. Okay, I give you that. The board of directors has initiated a formal investigation into the matter that we will have to have additional details to share very shortly. It ain't no details to share. He was busting her down. That's what made me think, okay, nah, it's something different now. All right. This is a code. What DEFCON 4? That's what Kanye said. This is DEFCON 4. It is over. He did it. They cheated. He got caught. All right. Congratulations, Andy. You did it to yourself, dog. Congratulations. That wife about to take him to the cleaners. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Again, I don't throw stones in glass houses. I have not done everything properly. Right? So who are I to judge? Who are I to judge? So when you think about all of the people that was probably around them during this whole exchange, everybody, y'all tell me this, and I was gonna talk about this on the Lucrative Love podcast, but I'll present the question. I'll present the question right here on this pod too. What do y'all say to work wives and work husbands? What do y'all say to work wives and work husbands? That's the first question, right? Secondly, this might be where some folks get mad. All of the wives at the house and all of the husbands at the house, do you really want to hear 100% of what goes on in your spouse's life? Do you want to hear 100% or do you want to hear 20% or do you want to hear 50%? What's the percentage that you want to hear? And this is something that we got to be honest. If you don't want to hear 100% of what goes on in that person's life, then how are they going to get it out? Who are they going to talk to? Now, if you'd ask me, I got friends. I got see, you go will it in, dog, will it in. I got friends. I got Reggie. I got Dimitri. I got some of my fellas at the workplace, work friends. Not no work husband. I ain't got no work husband. Why would I have a work husband? That would make me. That would make me something else. I'm not that. So I don't know. I've been really conflicted as it relates to this Andy guy. Now I will say I don't think that us well no I'll say this. I think that us seeing them both on camera would not be the first time that his wife has heard about them doing something. I almost guarantee it. I almost guarantee that wife knows something about the HR lady. If she haven't, whether she's told Andy that she's come across some questionable text messages, or whether she's actually seen some things in the act, or whether because women have women intuition. Women got intuition, they do. She may have seen old girl like, oh, you know his coffee order? Wait, wait, you know his what the hell? You know, you know my husband's coffee. You know what time he does. You know what his socks like. Why do you know all of this information? That's what I would be like. Okay, nah, it's something going on. Now, I don't want to say this either, but I'm gonna say it. I think a lot of the times when it comes to certain relationships, I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. I think a lot of women forget about the dude. I think a lot of women forget about the dude, and I do feel like sometimes the dude forget about the woman. But a lot of the good men, the way we think about things, is always going to be family oriented. When we get up in the morning, we go to work to do what? Provide for the family. If you go, if you go make a decision based off of saving money and doing this, and that, what you think of? You think about the family. If you think about even the situation with Andy, he may have wanted to bust old girl down for years. They may have been in the office just flirting here and there, and I ain't gonna. You know what this thing looks like in my pants. He probably ain't got no game. You know what this thing looks like. Oh, Christian. Oh my God. Right? He probably has been having some questionable conversations for years, but the concert was like, oh, we all going to the company. The company is going to the Coldplay concert. You coming? Are you coming? You coming? Okay, dope. And this could have been the head of all of it. He's like, yeah, we gonna make it happen. So I can't say what's going on in folks' lives. I can't say what's going on in their personal lives, but I will say, Andy, that's not good look. It's not a good look, dog. You got to tighten up, bro. You got to tighten up. Now, I hope that he can have some type of I would say therapy. He needs some therapy. He just needs some therapy. Get over his flesh. He got to get over his fleshly temptations. Hey, that's all on Andy. I ain't got nothing on Andy. All of the rest of my take that you might want to hear about me talking about Andy and Kristen, come to Tuesday's pod and then we'll talk about it there. We got some more stuff. Beyonce. My wife went to the Beyonce concert. What was that? Last week? Last week, I think. A week before last. Last week, I think it was. She went to the Beyonce concert, had a wonderful time. Whoever the lady was that had the whole bug incident, and you caused all of these people to get trampled over on the escalator, you need to come on, stop it, stop it. How you that scared of a bug that everybody gonna get trampled over because you wanna? Oh my god! Come on, chill out. But anyway, I got something I wanted to talk about as it relates to that whole situation with Beyonce. And I don't know if I got the article, if I got the video. I think I just got I got the video. So all right, let's cue this up right quick. And this made me really disappointed to be in Georgia. Honestly, this disappointed me because I was like, folk got to do better. Like this is the whole concept of you can't take NIGGAs nowhere. This I feel you can't take NIGGAs nowhere because it's like, why are you stealing Beyonce stuff, dog? All right, so let's pull this up and talk about it. Honestly, I feel like Jay and all of them should have some type of recourse of action. They should be. I would go to the 10th degree. I would be trying to sue the F out of the city. I'd be, play me. And you already know Beyonce brought so much revenue to the city. Think about it like this. And I'm gonna try to pull the stats up right quick before I play this video. But let's see. Where we at? Where we at? Give me 1 second. I just want to see how much revenue Beyonce brings to the cities for the tour. How much revenue does Beyonce bring to each city on tour? All right. Give me 1 second. All of my new podcasters too. Yo, use ChatGPT. That joint be helping you out. All right, so right now, listen to this, and this is why I said I would sue the city or I would sue whoever's supposed to be in charge of that area. Any city currently, and this is, keep in mind, this is like a semi-recession that we're in. Like folk ain't got the money, like they really don't have it like that, but they're spending money on Beyonce tickets. Listen to this. Right now, Cowboy Carter, the Cowboy Carter tour right now generates roughly $50 million in local spending in every city that she touches. $50 million estimated revenue for local. So local spending, that means all of the people, and I should have came up with a dang on cowboy hat. God dang, I should have had a cowboy hat. Hey, y'all want to buy some cowboy? I should have, before that whole concert, I should have been selling cowboy hats on this podcast for real. But anyway, that means everybody that's either coming to the city is coming to spend money on apparel. They're coming to spend money on a ticket. They're gonna spend money at hotel fees. They're spending money at the gas stations. They're spending money at all of the restaurants. They're spending money in every city that this woman touches because she's in the city. Cool, we got that. Now, how do we not have a controlled environment to the point where somebody that was not able to get close enough to do this dumb stuff? This made me really, really disappointed in Atlanta, but let me let this play and we're going to talk about it.
Channel 2's Michael Seiden live right now for us along Krog Street in Northeast Atlanta where this happened. And Michael, you're breaking the story.
Krog Street is right up the street from my house. Krog. I could throw a rock and hit Krog Street. Lord Jesus. I was disappointed for real. Oh, man. But also, I was like, yo, she was right up the street. I should have got a studio session with Beyonce.
Hours before the Grammy-winning superstar is scheduled to take the stage for the fourth night, and you just got new information.
George, in the last 5 minutes, I reached out to APD. They confirmed that they have issued an arrest warrant for one suspect. More on that in a moment, but I want to show you. Take a look. We are inside the parking garage right here at Krog Street Market where this break-in took place.
Hold up, before I let that play. So, living in Atlanta, well, before I moved to Atlanta, I've been here since 2011, right? Moved here in 2011. Before I moved to Atlanta, I used to be with a rap group. Shouts out to the INT. Shouts out to us, man. We were fire. Very dope group, right? But we used to come down to Georgia. We'd come do shows, and I was actually rapping, believe it or not. I was a rapping keyboard player. I haven't even seen that yet. I might bring that back. I might bring it back. Just bring it back. Bring it back. All right, cool. Anyway, we used to come down here and perform. Is one particular situation where we came down here. We performed at a club named Sugar Hill. That was the name of the club. Came down here to perform. We opened for Raheem Devine. I think PJ Morton was there, and Algebra. All us was on the ticket though, right? We drove down here in my Honda Accord. Thank you for the follow. We drove down here in my Honda Accord, and it's just a vibe. The city of Atlanta had a certain vibe. The sad thing is, I don't know that the vibe is still here. That's the sad part. I don't know that the vibe is still in the city. I think some of that has been lost over time. But anyway, we're talking about 2008, 2009. I was just out of college, coming back and forth. We came to Atlanta, Sugar Hill, right? Same day. I said, all right, cool. I got to be back at church on Sunday, so we're gonna come do the show Saturday night. We're gonna ride back to North Carolina, and I'm gonna play at church Sunday morning. It was like, all right, cool, let's do it. So while we're performing, again, this is a Honda Accord. This is a freaking Honda Accord. This will let me know, okay, oh, it's some real ones out here. Soon as we got off the stage, we run back. We like, all right, we gotta hurry up, get back on the road. These mother effers, Chris, what up? These mother effers down here in the city. I said, God dang it, they got me. God, mother. That's my censoring. I censor myself by doing that. These mother. All right. So we're walking up to the car. The back window of my Honda Accord, which I love my Honda Accord at the time. I love that car. But the back window was busted out. We got what I say we got to do before all of this? We got to perform, get back in the car, drive back to North Carolina. You guessed it. Guess what happened? We had to drive back to North Carolina with a window busted. Yep, sure did. But we walk up to the car, right? And I had all of this valuable stuff in the trunk. I had some speakers in the trunk. I had a keyboard. I had all this stuff. All right, cool. You know what these bums stole? These bums stole a freaking PlayStation. A little PlayStation game controller, like the Game Boy size PlayStation. I was like, these are some bums. These are some real bums for real. So me and my homeboy, Knowledge, real for real, all of us got in the car. And I ain't gonna front. Anytime something tragic, it was at the underground. The thing, Chris, you knew it. Chris Sabian on TikTok said, was this at the underground? This was indeed at the underground. So me and my homeboys, he like, yo, I don't know what we gonna do. I was like, shoot, we just gotta go ahead and drive. So guess what? Y'all guess what happened? Yep, it started to rain. I can't make this ish up. I cannot make this ish up. So I'm driving in the car like this. I'm mad. I'm like, I just gotta get back to North Carolina. We gotta get back to North Carolina at night. All black dudes in a Honda Accord at night getting to North Carolina. What you think we look like? What you think we look like we doing? Traffic? You got traffic? What's in your car, sir? Flashlight. Oh, but anyway, hold up. One part of the story that was hilarious. So we had to stop at a gas station because I caught a flat because some glass got in the back tire. So I was like, all right, we got to figure out how to plug it and all that stuff. So we plugged the tire. Windows busted out, and when we're getting to the little pump, the little what is it? The tire pump. We get to the little tire pump, and this is white lady. Y'all, I don't condone this. I promise y'all I don't condone this. But my friend loved his friend, which is me. My friend loved his friend. He was like, yo, he said, ma'am, can we get that pump before you go ahead and pump? She was like, no. He was like, ma'am, I don't think you understand what I said. Can we get that tire pump before you get that pump? Because we got to go to North Carolina. You see, we got North Carolina tags on the back of this Honda Accord. And my friend, and he was talking proper and everything. My friend here, if you can see, we had unforeseen circumstances with this back window. So can we please get the mother effing tire pump? She said, okay, here you go. So the whole time, I ain't gonna front. I find everything funny. I find anything that's happened that's tragic in my life, a lot of the stuff is just hilarious to me because I was just like, how didn't I catch that? Where we got broke into was on the actual strip, which was on Peachtree. We got broke in on the strip. Had I been in the parking deck, maybe it'd have been a little bit different. But this was just it's Peachtree. It's Atlanta. That's what let me know Atlanta ain't to be played with. So whoever was in charge of Beyonce stuff, they should have known. Like they should have left that at the stadium. They should have did something. Thank you for the gift. They should have did something. But anyway, we're here now.
Tens of thousands of Beyonce fans prepare to descend on Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the fourth and final Cowboy Carter concert in Atlanta. APD has confirmed that a criminal investigation is underway after the Grammy-winning singer's choreographer called 911 after someone broke into his rented
Action News exclusive here at 4
Hold on,
o'clock.
hold on,
Atlanta.
hold on.
SUV and stole multiple items.
I missed that the first time around. So the choreographer called the cops. Wait. Ooh, the dots ain't connecting. The dots. Okay. Okay, so the choreographer called the cops. The choreographer had the thumb drive with all of some of Beyonce's set and new music.
Including some of the
I ain't gonna tell you what it sounds like. But
superstars' unreleased music.
Oh, shoot.
No way.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
There'll be a lot of free Beyonce music on the street.
Oh, that's terrible.
I hate Negroes. There it is. I said it. You know what? What is today's date? As of July 19th, I am now identifying as a white African American. I'm identifying as a white African American that loves good credit and real estate. How about that? I've changed. I'm officially a white man. Cause I'm not dealing with this nigga activity. I'm not dealing with this. Y'all making me look bad. Y'all making the city look bad. Cause y'all know. So if y'all been living under a rock, a lot of people look at Atlanta as the black Mecca. Atlanta is no longer the black Mecca. I'm gonna let y'all know. Atlanta, the city of Atlanta is no longer the black Mecca. It is more white folk in the city of Atlanta that's spending way more money right now. Now, are there a lot of black people here? Sure. But the black Mecca? No, the heart of that is gone. That's a wrap. Matter of fact, you can look at look at the people that they're interviewing that went to the Beyonce concert. Y'all can't see this on TikTok, but everybody on Twitch, everybody on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, y'all can see the people that went to the concert. Who are the majority of the people that's being interviewed? There you go.
Time is awful. Raising people out here.
Police say it all happened just after 8 p.m. on July 8th, 2 days before the first show. Beyonce's choreographer and one of her dancers told police that they parked their rented Jeep Wagoneer inside this parking deck at Krog Street Market. And when they returned about an hour later, they noticed someone had broken in through the back window and stolen multiple items. According to the incident report, Beyonce's team member reported that the thieves got away with laptops and 5 hard drives. The hard drives contain watermarked music, some unreleased music, footage plans for the show, and past and future set lists. Channel 2 has reached out to Beyonce's representatives for comment, but as of Monday afternoon, we haven't received a response. SUV.
So hold on, wait. Hold on. This I've been robbed from a few times. I don't think I like that. This is a terrible narrative. So that reminds me, because with what they just said, it sounds like they're starting to deal with everything on the street level. They said, okay, all right, we called the cops. Cool. We already called the cops. All right, now let's call Gucci Mane. Call Gucci Mane. Call Jeezy. Thug. Okay, no, we gotta leave Thug where he at. He just got out of the whole Rico. Leave Thug over there. But who can we call that knows who could have stole this stuff? And I guarantee you, they probably already starting to deal with this on the street level. This reminds me of a situation where I went to Detroit, and everybody that used to come to my music reviews, they've heard me talk about this story plenty of times. I'm not going to incriminate none of the people that's a part of this story. I want to. Lord knows I want to. But I'm not going to incriminate none of the people that's a part of this story. So hear me out. I went to Detroit probably, this is 2015, because I have not been there since then. I'm not going to Detroit. Never again. Like, that is a no-fly zone for me. I lost my life in Detroit. I had to I had to recreate my life all over again, start over again, right? But I went to Detroit back in 2015 to go speak at a conference, a music conference. And part of the conference was a little bit of business, and then some of it was like beat battle, judging thing. Like, what I'm doing on the internet, I've been doing this for years. I'm not new to this. I am true to this. So I got a rental car, and look, I almost started getting mad all over again. I ain't laughing about that one. I was crying. These mother effers. And I'm gonna get ready for my next clip. But I was in Detroit, and clearly I'm not built like that. Clearly, right? So I get out my little rental car. I leave my bag in the trunk of the rental car, and my bag. This is all the contents that was in the bag. I had my laptop, MacBook Pro, and I had hard drives. On this hard drive, I had 50 Cent vocals. I had Ice Cube vocals. I had Eminem music. I had albums. It was a girl I was working with from Hawaii named Candace. I was she was Miss Hawaii. She was a singer, but she was Miss Hawaii at some point, right? So I had all of this music, years and years of music in my hard drive. I was supposed to also go do a session with Dej Loaf that night. Supposed to go do a session with Dej Loaf. I was supposed to do a lot of stuff while I was in Detroit. So it's like, oh, I'm in the city. I felt good at first. I felt good, right? But what happened was this. Dum 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 dum. Right? I walk out of the venue. I'm laughing. They're like, what's up, boy? That was cool. Well, you heard so and so. I can't wait to work with them. And I was excited. I was excited about all of the artists that I met during the whole beat battle and the rap battle. I was like, yo, I'm about to produce some fire out of these kids. They were like, yo, okay, dope. Let's get it. So I'm walking. And keep in mind, this is probably Skylar was, yeah, she was just born. She was like 2 days, 3 days old. And this is something my wife should have told me what she was thinking, but she ain't really said. She should have told me you may want to just stay in Atlanta. She should have just said that. If she would have said that, I would have second guessed going to Detroit, but she never said that. All right, cool. So I'm walking. I see my rental car. Now remember, I just told y'all I got robbed in Atlanta years ago, and they stole the little game system out of my Honda Accord. I told you that happened years ago. I know the feeling of being robbed. Not at gunpoint, but I know the feeling of being robbed, like, well, something is not quite right. So I'm walking towards my rental car. So I'm like, wait, is the door open? So I'm looking. I'm like, oh, I know these mother effers ain't do this. So I get to the rental car. The door is open. The glove compartment. Y'all know the look. Y'all know the look. The middle console is open. The glove, everything is open. So I'm like, oh, these mother effers done got me. These mother effers done got me. So I'm walking. Then I hear, and this is my first Detroit trip. This is the very first time I went to Detroit. Very first time. So I'm walking, and I get to the car. I'm like, all right. It's so hard to say goodbye. That's the first song that was just going through my mind while I was looking through this car. So then I start hearing pop, 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 pop. I said, wait, are they shooting now? Who is this? What the F is this? I turned into Ron Isley. What the hell is going on in the streets of Detroit in this home? Baby, wait, let me explain. Wait, oh, right. So my host that brought me to the city was like, man, I hate that this happened to you, bro. I hate that this happened to you. He's like, let me make it up to you. And I'm just thinking, yo, you can't make this up. You can't make it up to me. I have, again, 50 Cent vocals, Ice Cube vocals, much like this whole Beyonce situation. Negro stole it. So what's the first thing that I did? Because I told y'all I'm not built like that. If you do something criminal around me, I'm telling. I'm just letting you know I'm going to tell. I'm not that. I'm not built like that. I'm telling. So I say, look, first thing we need to do, we need to call the cops. I'm a square. I said the first thing we need to do, we need to go ahead and call the cops so I can go and try to figure out what's going on with my laptop because they stole my bag. Ain't everything that I flew to Detroit with was in that bag. The only thing that I had on me was my wallet, my car keys, and a phone. Wallet, car keys, and a phone. That's all was on me. Everything else was in my bag. My clothes. I had some dope clothes. I just bought that outfit too. Just bought that outfit. Clothes, laptop, hard drives, everything gone. So I said, look, we need to call the cops. Can we please just call the cops? They said, wait, before we call the cops. I hate hood niggas. I hate them with a passion. He said, wait, before we call the cops, let me make a few calls and see what we can get done. But while we do that, I got to make it up to you. I hate that this is your first time in the city and this is your experience being in Detroit. I'm like, dog, I don't want to experience nothing. I just want to go back home. Can I just go to the, matter of fact, you ain't even got to take me to the hotel. Just drop me off at the airport. I would be there for the next 9 to 10 hours. And I'll just go home. Just go home, please. So when I tell you the whole night of Detroit turned into the worst night forever. So they tried to take me to it was like a casino in downtown Detroit. They said, man, you need to eat some food. Get you something to eat. Go ahead. And when you get you something to eat, go ahead and just enjoy yourself. Man, we could go to the strip club. I said, I don't want to go to the strip club. I'm good. I said, I'm good. Meanwhile, the only thing is in my head is, has anybody called the police? Because y'all just told me, don't call the police. What did let me know? You are doing something illegal. So they said, well, man, you know, the way the police department work up here in Detroit is a little bit different. I was like, well, what's different? You talking about dirty police? Look, that whole trip made me not be a producer. I said, I don't want to produce music no more. I'm done. It's over. Just let me go ahead and just do real estate. I'm done with y'all niggas. But anyway, that's what this Beyonce situation sounds like. This Beyonce situation sounds like they're starting to handle things on the street level, because why would they hold the information from from July the 8th? They held the information from July the 8th until July the 14th. You take all of them days. I would have had a news clip out on July the 9th. We would have been rolling like, all right, we got to figure out who did this. That's what lets me know it's either inside job or they're dealing with everything on the street level. And if they're dealing with everything on the street level, all right, cool. But I don't like it. And this is right up the street. This is Krog Street. This ain't even that far. It's not that far. All right, so y'all sent me some questionable clips, and I ain't got about 10 minutes left. So we're going to go with this. I'm going to let y'all say it in the chat. Everybody on Twitch, all of my lucrative Twitchers, everybody on IG, whoever's on TikTok that's left, whoever's on Facebook that's left. Y'all let me know what y'all want me to talk about. We got crack babies that's rapping. Hold up, let me give y'all claps. Because y'all sent me these. So y'all, I'm going to just go on. We got crack babies that's rapping. We got the McDonald's stabbing. Or we got the Colombian that found $600 million and gave it away. Y'all let me know what we want to talk about. I think I want to pick the crack babies. I want to pick the crack babies. Cause it goes together. The McDonald's stabbing and the crack babies, it goes hand in hand. It's all hand in hand. It's the same thing. So y'all send me this girl, and we might have to clip the audio. We might have to clip the audio and post. But it was a girl that y'all sent me. And I might do bad music reviews. I might do a bad music review so y'all can kind of see what I see. Cause it's weird. So I'm gonna pull this up. This girl is clearly a crack baby. If she didn't grow up a crack baby, she became a crack baby at some point. And crack babies is not fun. So if you are a crack baby and you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not making fun either. What am I doing? Gotta clean it up. Clean it up, man. Clean it up. I don't know. But this girl is clearly on something, right? It's a rapper. Let me see if I can find what her name is. But in the comments they say, "What the F is this dumpster? This is dumpster music." Keep in mind, what I call this type of music is poverty music. It's poverty music. Poverty music for poverty-stricken people. Now, if you're currently in poverty, guess what? You don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay there. There is life. There's life on the other side. But you got to make a conscious effort in changing up the poverty music. You can't listen to just everything. Y'all. Matter of fact, I don't even know if I don't even think I got to play the music. Y'all can look at it. So hold up. Everybody on TikTok, y'all can't hear it and y'all can't see nothing either. So I'm gonna just play a little bit of it. I'm gonna play like 10 seconds of it. And this is a girl rapping. Let me explain how she looks before I play it for the people on TikTok. Everybody that's already watching this on all the other platforms, y'all see this. Y'all see this foolishness. Y'all see this foolishness. There's crack baby. That is a crack baby right there. So everybody on TikTok is a light-skinned girl with blonde hair, and she got it like her teeth is rotten for the first four teeth. She need to go to the dentist too. She need to go to the dentist. But it like her first four teeth are rotted out, and she's rapping, and she got a tattoo on her belly. Honestly, she looked like she was pretty. She was a pretty girl at some point in time, but she has messed that up. I don't know what she's doing with her life right now. So let's play this. Listen. Who's listening to this? Who's listening? Listen. I'm a grown lady. Uncle Sam, my best buddy. That's a crack baby right there. Listen. Hear me out. This is bad. Y'all see this? I don't even have to play the song. Y'all see how this girl looks. This is a crack baby. Y'all need to stop. All of the people that's in the hood, if y'all are putting money behind somebody that looks like this, y'all are wrong for this because y'all are enabling crack babies to make bad music. Stop enabling the crack babies to make bad music. We don't need no more of this on the streets. Who is this music for? This ain't for me. This ain't for me, and I don't think. Matter of fact, look at this. I'm gonna see if I can stretch out the screen so y'all can see some of these comments. Look at the comments. All right, so the first comment I see, it says, "Man, what the F is this?" I see y'all putting flames in the comments. This SHIT rapper is garbage juice. This is garbage juice. All right, so look. I don't like the idea of this is like what was the name of that movie? It was the Rapping Dalmatians. The dudes, it was two rappers that was partners together and they called themselves the Rapping Dalmatians. I can't remember what the name of the movie was. That's exactly what I think of when I see any rappers that look like this. I'm gonna see if I can pause it because I'm trying to see what she has on her stomach. It like she has Vixen on her stomach. Yeah, she got Vixen on her stomach. And she could have been a baddie, but y'all enabled this foolishness. Y'all did this. So this is another thing. Another example of crack babies. Another example of the crack babies right here. All right, so this is a McDonald's employee that went to work and unalived her manager. Right? Now, I'm going to tell you this. If it's not crack baby, it's definitely somebody that has not learned how to control their emotions and learned how to control impulsive reactions to certain things that happen in life. Honestly, this is how I look at everything. And I'm going to tell y'all, like, I don't know if I'm right or wrong. This is just how I see things. If you have not had a chance to fall on your face and nobody pick you up and you have to hustle your way back up to zero, I say it like that. Because a lot of times when you fall on your face and you go rock bottom, that's when you start to get into the negatives, like -10, -100, negative whatever, right? Zero is the grass level. That's the common level. Everything above zero, now you're starting to excel, right? You got a car that you're making payments on, and you got a decent job, and now you start to get to the point where you're making payments on that car, and it's paid off. All right, you're way beyond zero. You're at the point where you're exceeding You're exceeding or not exceeding. You're excelling in life. You're starting to do things where you can save. Now, if you can save, now you can start getting to some real estate. You start buying some real estate. All right, now you can start saving and getting more equity with your house. You start doing that. Now you can start saving money. You can do a little vacation here and there. Now, see what I'm saying? Like everything is zero is the ground level though. Crack babies, unfortunately, a lot of them are starting below zero. Crack babies are starting below zero, a lot of them, right? So a lot, okay, now you got to start looking at, okay, what does the mental health look like? How many times have you been to any type of psychiatrist? Okay, you never done that. All right, cool. What type of trauma have you had to deal with in your life? Do you even know that that's trauma? Because this is the stuff that I think about on a consistent basis when I see stuff like this. Everybody on TikTok, it's a girl that unalived her manager. We're about to cover this video, but I think about all of this stuff. How much help have you had over time that allowed you to figure out ways to self-correct? Right? This is clear that she has not had that. Let's let it play. Let's let it play. See what she got going on.
Early yesterday, I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it
Hold up, I got a question too. This is for my ladies who's watching this on playback. And if it's any ladies in the chat on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, IG, y'all know where y'all at. All of my ladies is watching this. How many times have you come across other black women? If you're a black woman, not even black women, we ain't gonna put no color to it. Woman to woman. How many times have you come across a woman that may have looked down on you as another woman? They might look at your shoes and say, all right, you a bum. They might look at your fingernails and say, why your fingernails ain't done. Or if they have not if they have not verbally said it, they may have treated you like that subconsciously. How many times has that come up in your personal lives? Because this girl clearly on TikTok, I mean on IG, it seems like she has not had a lot of love that was given to her where she can cope with stuff. I don't know that manager was being a bad manager, or this girl was perceiving all of the orders from a filtered place. Like case in point, think about it like this. I know we joked about the Andy and the Kristen girl and them cheating, right? And I was like, well, we don't know what's going on in each of the family's household. Maybe the wife is fully aware that he's been dabbling dabbing with the HR manager, but he's the protector. There's a lot of women say they won't. He's the protector. He's the provider. He's been doing all this stuff. So hey, go ahead and go do your fun. Go ahead, your fun. But this particular time, you got caught. You got caught red-handed in front of everybody, wherein now I got to do something in recourse of action because you embarrassed me. So now I got to take my Facebook off. I got to do all my stuff. The woman's husband may not have known anything, or maybe he has. Maybe all four of them have an arrangement. We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. We just know what it looks like from the Coldplay situation, right? The embarrassment side of it. But these folk might be swingers. They might already be living that life. We don't know nothing. Same thing with this. I don't want to call this girl a crack baby because she might not be a crack baby, but she's doing some crack baby type stuff, right? The impulse. I think a lot of people that don't know how to deal with their emotions move off of impulse so quick where they don't even realize what they're doing at the time. They're all going for some type of relief. That's what this sounds like.
isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on, and then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. I got sent home early. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I called.
So before I let this play, I have seen this same incident with so many women. Um, This is kind of my issue that I have sometimes. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes women they just know how to self correct, and they just know how to move different. But a lot of the times, especially if I'm in a coaching session, because I coach small businesses, so I had to put that disclaimer out there so you kind of know where I'm coming from. But I notice a lot of the times if I'm coaching women that's in leadership positions and they have their own small businesses, whether it's even if it's a feminine type of business, nails, feminine products, lingerie, whatever they sell, right? I notice a lot of them don't know how to disconnect the emotion from the business. A lot of them don't do a good job of disconnecting the two. Wherein you go into the business and say you're having a piss poor day. Say your family has been on your last nerve. You got extra bills. You got all of the stuff that's been thrown at you. I just told y'all earlier this year, everything has been thrown at me back to back to back to back to back. But guess what? I still come show up for y'all, and I still enjoy doing the pod, and I just deliver, right? I just come deliver. But I know how to disconnect my emotion from the task at hand. I will. It's very rare that you'll see me go off on my employees, or it's rare that you'll see me just go like DEFCON 3. You're not gonna see me do that on an average. Now, I might battle with that emotion inwardly, but you'll never see me take that on people. At most, you'll see me be quiet. At most, you'll see me be quiet, and that's because I'm trying to figure out a way to resolve the issue. Whether it's my issue I got to resolve, whether it's the issue with the business I got to resolve, I'm just trying to figure out a way to fix it, right? I think a lot of the times when I coach women, they don't know how to resolve that issue and leave the emotions on the back burner. So I'm not saying what this girl at McDonald's did was right, but I understand where she probably is coming from. I understand where she's probably coming from.
Her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. You know, nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So her all that animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, then trying to tell me I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early. It's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all.
You know what? I think this girl's a good chick. I'm not taking up for what she did at all, but I could tell a good person at heart. I could tell she's good. I wish they would have had. Hey, McDonald's. I don't know if y'all have some type of um what do you call it? Employee, not stress something. I almost feel like they need to do a stress test on everybody that's working over there. Cause okay, think about it like this, and this is why I have a heart for this girl. Think about it like this: if you already making bare minimum to survive, right? And you got just enough money to spend on bills and you got just enough money to do this. And she might be one of the type of people that add all of the hours up and say, okay, well, if I work me a cool 80 hours in a 2 hour in a two pay work week or two week pay, then I can pay this bill, this bill, this bill, this bill, this bill. But then if the woman is going in, the manager's going in and cutting her hours, now I got to figure out a different way to make money. Maybe she's not to the point where she can figure out other ways to create income just yet, right? But now she done unalive the manager. She'll never learn. She'll never have to figure out ways to pay no other bill because she's in jail. Like it's a wrap. Man, that's sad. That's sad. But I hate to end the pod on a sad note like that. Do I got anything that's is good to end on? Let me see. Colombian. We're gonna end on the Colombian. We're gonna end on the Colombian right here. All right. So it's an article, and y'all been sending me some dope clips. If y'all want to continue to send me dope clips, send it to me at Magneto7 on all platforms, or you can send it to Mad Network Ads on Google. But Listen, it's a article with the guy, and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna just read it. I ain't gonna pull it up, but it's an article with a guy, Colombian farmer finds. Watch this, $600 million. Hold up, $600 million. Thank you, girl. Thank you, thank you. This dude finds $600 million in his garden, and he's in Colombia. He turns all of the money over to the police. Okay. Maybe I'm a capitalist. Maybe I'm a capitalist. But why would you send the money to the police? Why would you do that? I would not send the money to the police. I can find 1,000 other things that I can do with $600 million. It's what matter of fact, we gonna have some fun with this later on. Y'all watch this on playback, and everybody's watching this on YouTube. If you got to the end of it, because we're an hour in and we're hour 10 in, I gotta end it. If you found $600 million, what would you do? What would you do? And look, watch this. I have to put another part to the story. He found this $600 million on his land. He was just digging. Yeah, you send me the faces exactly. He's trying to find $600 million. He found this $600 million on his land. His land. He owns the land. He was trying to dig to put irrigation lines on the land so he could water his garden. You find 600? Nah, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. I'm sorry. And all of the people that's watching this too, is there a law against finding that kind of money on your land? Like, how does that work? I want to know how that works. Because if I find it on my land, it's mine. That's how. Listen, I'm gonna say thank you, Big Jesus. You say you definitely keeping it. Exactly. Thank you. I'm gonna say thank you, Big Jesus, for all of this money that you done blessed me with today. Even think about the church. What the church get out of that 600 million? If you do 10% of 600 million, $60 million. You know how many folk he could bless with that? Lord Jesus, he could have blessed 1,000. I know at least one person he could have blessed with it. That's me. $600 million. So we're gonna have fun with this. Everybody on playback. What would you do if you found $600 million on your land? Would you turn it in? Would you keep it? Would you spend it? Would you save it? Would you reinvest it? Would you buy some Bitcoin? I'd buy Bitcoin. Just buy some Bitcoin. I'd buy Bitcoin with it. All right. But anyway, anybody that wants to run any ads on the podcast, make sure you hit us up, madnetworkads at gmail.com. And I enjoy bringing this to y'all. All right. I will holler at y'all next week. Bye. We gotta call it quit.